Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Kid here. Today I'd like to kick off the NECA Terminator series reviews. I wanted to get my entire collection in before the release of Terminator Genisys. Don't think that's possible. Have way too many figures and just not enough time. A little over a month and a half. So I'm going to get as many of them in as I can before the release date and then maybe a couple after. Not to mention the fact that I've already pre-ordered all the Terminator Genisys figures that are available from NECA right now. So we'll obviously be reviewing those when they release as well. I have over 20 in my collection, but not all of them are NECA, and some of them are repeats. I've got probably 5 endoskeletons from NECA. They're amazing. I'll do those reviews later. But we're going to get as many as we can. I want to start off with the Terminator 2 figures and then work my way to the Terminator figures. And then obviously do Terminator Genisys after the release. Main reason, that's just my favorite films in that order. I like the second one the second best, and the Terminator is my not only favorite of the series, it's one of my all-time favorite films, period. Might even be my favorite of all time. I just love the Terminator that much. Now, I don't own any figures from Terminator 3 or Salvation, and I really don't plan on it either. I don't believe NECA makes Terminator 3 figures. It wasn't one of my favorite films at all anyway. As far as Salvation, if I was going to actually collect figures from that, I would probably do Hot Toys instead, and even then, I can't see getting anything more than maybe the T-600, the T-700, and John Connor. Maybe Marcus. I'm not a big Marcus fan. I'm just not a big Marcus fan. I didn't like him in the story. It's nothing against the actor. I just didn't think he was needed. But enough about that, because it doesn't even matter. We're here for the figure. Now, I had to track this guy down on eBay, like most of my Terminator figures, because I really missed the bus on all of them. The only ones you can really find in store until the release of Genisys are the endoskeleton from T2 that just came back out. It's hitting Walmart. It's hitting Toys R Us. Some of them are popping up online. Too much for them. Get them right now while they're out. $18.99 from NECA. It's a fair price, and it's the best you're going to find. Like all NECA figures, after they leave the stores, prices go up because they're so insanely awesome. And also incredibly hard to find. Now, it came in its traditional clamshell packaging, but one of the things I like about the Terminator figures is they have a thin clamshell. The rest of them have, or especially the Cult Classics, have this thicker, larger clamshell. These ones are very thin. They're easy to stack together when you have multiple ones, such as I do. And the best part is they're really easy to open on the back half. No, I'm not sure if that's because they're older and the plastic's just worn over the last couple years, but I'll just take a scissor and I'll go around the back of it 4, maybe 5 times. It pops right through, peels right up. Really easy to open. On the back, you'll notice that you also have 4 other figures from the same series, including Man or Machine, which is the only one that I don't have, but I'll get it eventually. On the right side, you have that traditional photo of the actual figure, and then you have the target identified, which has the T-800 Cyberdyne Showdown. It just lets you know which figure you got. You can pause it and read it if you want. Pretty much, though, it's just standard packaging. So let's take a look at the actual figure inside. And here you have Arnold. He just looks awesome. The head sculpts are usually fantastic. The paint on some of my figures has not been the best, but this is one of my favorite figures. I love the Gatling Gun. I just love the look and the expression on his face. And it's accurate. If you actually take a look at the figure and you give him a little turnaround, you'll just see it the whole way around. It depends on the angle you're going to position him at to what kind of look you're going to get with him. And like I said, it's not like this with a lot of their figures, but with this one in particular, I love those bullet holes on the back. With this one in particular, though, it's really the angle that you get him at that lets you determine whether or not he looks a lot like Arnold or a little bit like Arnold. Now, with the legs, the thing I like is they measured out so that the bullets are perfect. They don't drag the ground. They go right above the shoe. They hang down perfectly. Now, obviously, if you drape the bag, it's going to be a little bit different. The whole way around, though, I mean, you can even see where it lies right there. It's perfect. Now, one of my personal things that I love about this figure that sets it apart from the other Terminator sculpts from T2 with Arnold is the accessories. Most of the sculpts for T2 with Arnold are exactly the same. You're going to have attention to detail with cuts and whatnot, but With this one, it's really the fact that it really captures Cyberdyne Showdown. Now, you're going to have the Gatling gun, which obviously connects clear to the pack, and you're going to have the other gun, but why don't we take like a little bit closer look? Now, the Gatling gun, well, I mean, it's just iconic. I think that everybody that loves Terminator 2, this is one of their favorite things about it. It stands out. Oh, one of my one of my quarrels with it is obviously like in the Cyberdyne Showdown, whenever he's unloading on the cops, and at the end, like he looks over to John Connor and he tells him there's no casualties, and well, I'm sorry, but there's no way. This thing's iconic. He would have just like blown everything apart, and there would have been bits of people everywhere. But hey, the script is always right. Now here you can see it's actually connected to the Gatling gun. I love the fact that they made the bullets rubbery so that they bend. That way you can actually position them in a bunch of different ways. The attention to detail, I don't know, they didn't like individually paint the bullets a certain color. I mean, you can tell that they're a little bit grayer, but they didn't go as far as like, say, making them gold. And right here you can see it actually glues into the bag. They just have it unzipped a little bit. The cool thing about that is it gives it a very natural look. And the shading, so that whenever you have them, and I've had them in a bunch of different lighting depending on the photos I'm taking, but the good thing about it is depending on how you want to display them, the shading on the bag makes it look awesome and realistic in every single way. You can see there the strap goes all the way around, and even like the soft one to the hard one, like they switched it so that the texture is great. They went in, they actually got the zipper on it. And then if you look around at the bottom, you can see they got the scuffs. It's just awesome. Now, it also comes with the grenade launcher. Now, this thing also comes with the steel mill version of the T-800. They look kind of different depending on the scope, obviously, and it comes with the battle damaged as well. I like the fact that they keep the base of the gun, they keep the silver, they keep the strap. It's all different colors. And if you look in, I like the fact that they pay attention to detail on the bottom of it, the wood, the strap even. They make it look as realistic as they possibly can. I mean, do you even expect anything else from NECA? Now we're going to take a closer look and go in with the feet. Now the feet and the legs are sculpted just like all the other ones. They have the same range of motion. The feet can turn a little bit back and forth, not a lot. The leg spins with it up there, as you saw, so it can turn. Nice pants sculpt. They really captured the leather. I mean, as always, they're really good with the attention to detail. I wish that he was more articulate. We'll see with the Genesis figure. I've heard rumored that it's going to be more articulate, so we'll see. On the bottom, obviously, you have your, I'll turn it over there, authentication stamp, which in my opinion is important because it lets you know that it came from the NECA factory. And with mine, you can look at the sculpt here. It's the beautiful wash, and most of it's visual anyway. But I want to talk a little bit about the fact that there was about 3 or 4 Terminator figures that I got from the T2 run that I'm not sure if they were just from a bad batch, but just a heads up to anybody if you're getting off eBay or you're getting older figures, they are older, so the paint, it's dried, so you got to be careful. A lot of them you can hit them with a hair dryer, you can breathe on them. Warm water works as well. I don't really put my figures in water, but just want to be careful with them because they do tend to have some loose fixtures. Some of them, after I moved them around, after I actually bent them or bent the joints, it started to get really loose. As a matter of fact, you'll see that here in a second. His coat obviously bends back and forth and bends up. It's got that rubber detail, which is they put that in all their jackets. As far as the arms are concerned, pretty standard. They go up and down, back and forth. They roll all the way around. The attention to detail on the washing of the jacket goes all the way up. Wrist bend, bends at the elbows. Same thing with the other arm. Right there. It's a little bit loose on mine. We'll get to that in a second. You can see here, bends just like normal. Up here, if you look close, got the little dots, the perforated dots on the glove, which I really love. I mean, good detail overall. Down there, you got actually the veins on the inside of his wrist, which I thought was really cool because you don't actually see that on a lot of their figures. They don't actually do veins on the inside of the wrist. They do it on the hands. There you see you got the little dots go all the way up. On the other side, same thing. I don't know. He's got pretty cool gloves. But they're not my favorite thing about it. I just love the way that it's washed the entire way around. You know, at times I feel like it kind of blends together too much, but you can't really want more because if you watch the movie, it's spot on. It's just he wears an all leather outfit. I think the pants in the movie are a little bit more sharper, but as it goes on, they get a little bit dirty. He does wear this shirt throughout the latter half, so I mean on most of the figures they got it. He's a little loose right here, and this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of that, and then the legs you didn't really get to see earlier. You know, they turn. That's you know, on all the T-800s, it's this leg, but this one in particular, it's just a little bit loose in all the joints. I'm not sure why. And for head articulation, it does spin all the way around. It spins this way, spins this way. You see a little bit of spot down there with the old paint. This one didn't catch as bad as most of my other figures, but pretty good. Overall, one of the better sculpts out of the T2 series, especially out of the T800s. If you're collecting the entire series, you obviously have to have him. He's a centerpiece. Everybody knows the Cyberdyne Showdown scene. If you're trying to save money, I would wait for the June release of the Ultimate T800. It's obviously going to have 3 different head sculpts. It's going to have the regular one, the battle damaged one, the sunglasses, and obviously the Gatling gun. Now, one of the better parts about that, obviously, is new paint. So you don't have to worry about the dried paint, the joints sticking. You obviously don't have to worry about loose joints because it's going to be brand new, fresh out of the factory. And then obviously you're going to have the Terminator Genesis line coming out at the end of the summer. So, you know, it's just a really good time to try to add upon the collection you already have or grab the ones that are out there while they're still left. You can find some great deals on eBay. The best thing is there's people out there that don't know what they have. So if you're a huge Terminator fan, grab it while the getting's good. In the next couple weeks, I'll try to do as many reviews as I can. Like I said, just stay tuned. If there's certain ones you want to see, just let me know. But I'm just going to slowly go through my entire collection. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, have a good one. Thank you.